Hey YouTube, Sat Guy here. Today I'm going to talk to you about the EVOGRIP 18. Now I have another video which is the EVOGRIP S18, which is the locking version of this knife. I didn't like the way the locking lever is on the S18. To me it got in the way, and I thought that might have been shading my attitude towards these knives. So I picked up on my travels EVOGRIP 18, put this into my rotation and carried it around, seeing how I liked it. Now let's get some of the specs out of the way first. This is 85 millimeter closed, which is 3.25 inches. It has a 2.5 inch master blade, which is 65 millimeters. Opened, it is 148 millimeters, comes out to 5.75 inches. It is 22 millimeters thick. This is a 4-layer knife, which is 7/8 of an inch. It weighs in at 90 grams, comes out to 3.1 ounces. Now, one thing I did like about the S18 was that it was yellow, and I had to look around until I found an 18 that was yellow. To me, that's a good color. If you drop it for whatever reason in the grass or leaves or whatever, that yellow is going to stand out with the black and yellow texture on it. In contrast, it makes it easier to find if you set it down. Now, go over some of the tools on this, or go over the tool set. As I said, it's got non-locking master blade, and there's the markings on the front and nothing on the back. And as I said, it's non-locking, so that doesn't get in the way when you're trying to use it. Having that little lever here, it just makes a more comfortable grip for me. One thing I have noticed on this is that, because compared to the Victorinox scaling on the regular Victorinox models, this is a little gap here in my little pinky when I'm gripping sometimes or doing something cutting. Kind of gets in there. Not uncomfortable, but it's kind of a weird sensation. Nothing to, it's not a big drawback, just a little thing that I noticed. But I do like the non-locking blade, being able to close it, because most of the things I'll be doing with this knife, I won't need a locking blade on it. Then instead of a small blade, it's got a fingernail file, and that comes to a little bit of a point where you can scrape under your fingernails. A friend of mine suggested, if I didn't like this blade, that, you know, the fingernail file, I might be able to sharpen it or flatten that tip and make it into like a wedge chisel. I've thought about that, but I think I'll leave it this way. For what I do with this, this isn't a whittling knife for me. It's a basic carry around, take care of little chores here and there type knife. It has the scissors on it, the serrated scissors, and the spring is on the back spring, which is kind of cool. One thing I did notice with these micro serrated edges on the scissors, whereas if you have the plain scissors, you can get your scissors like that and then push through a piece of paper or something. With the serrations, it kind of catches on that, so you're going to have to clip through it. Minor difference. And then the saw, to me, just having a little saw handy here and there to cut things, I don't know, I just like having a saw. And then you have your main screwdriver, which it doesn't have the half stop on it, and this one does not have the push where you push it that the blade will lock, so you still have that. If you get it at a weird angle, this could fold up on you. And then you got the can opener screwdriver that can also be used as a number 2 Phillips, small flathead or number 2 Phillips. Then on the back you have an awl with the eye in it for sewing, and the Phillips. Then you have your toothpick, tweezers, and key ring. So I've been carrying this in my rotation for a few days, well, about a week, week and a half now. I like it. I do prefer to have 2 cutting blades, a small blade and a large blade, but that's just a minor thing. Most things I do, I can use the large blade, you know, cutting cordage, opening packages and whatnot. Get by with the one. I like the scissors on these better than the normal Victorinox ones, because you're using the back spring. It's you don't have to worry about a spring breaking. So if you're out camping or out in the field or anywhere and the spring breaks, you don't have to go repair that. You can you don't have to worry about that. I really like the texturing on the EVOGRIP and the color yellow, as I said earlier. Well, that about covers my review on the EVOGRIP 18. Like I said, not having that locking lever on here for the master blade really makes a big difference. So really like that. And it's a handy little knife. I like the 3 1/4 inch knives. They just fit better in my pocket. This is a little bit wider than the normal Victorinox. The Delmont collection's a little bit wider, but other than that, it's pretty good. Handy little knife to carry. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and remember, always be prepared.